Well, no, we're not doing that. Anywho.
So,
oh my God! You're live!
All right, welcome to another exciting episode of Gripping Golf Podcast, a unique event for us today. We got to go do something that we've never done before, and we got to try some new equipment from all these cool manufacturers and everything. So big excitement. But before we get to all that stuff, of course, must introduce my co-host here of Dave Miller to my left as I look at John.
Yes.
This is Dave Miller to my left. How are you, Dave?
I'm great.
You look
I'm
fantastic.
less sweaty now.
You look less sweaty.
Less sweaty.
We won't get into that,
Yes.
but thank you for sharing. Then Peter the Hog Hansen.
How's everybody?
And I'm good.
I didn't hear
Thanks for
anybody
asking.
respond. Yeah,
I'm doing great.
Yeah,
Are you
okay,
talking
great.
to us or are you talking
Oh,
to
you
the
were-
audience?
Yeah, were you talking to us?
Well, I was looking at you this time,
I
Billy.
know. Thank you. And then last but certainly not least, John Johnson, JJ.
I'm here and I'm great.
You look fantastic.
yeah.
And
Thank
thanks.
Early in the morning, John's always
Yeah,
good.
this is my prime.
It's 11 o'clock. We're
Yes.
not even considered the
Finished
morning
close to
anymore.
dinner.
This
time
is
for John.
this
Yeah.
is we're
Yeah.
getting close to some.
Early bird starts at 2.
Exactly.
Got to get there.
But I'm going to hand it over to the Dave Miller over here to kind of set us up with this and then really just drive the conversation for us, because this was a unique experience for me that I don't know what I thought going into it. So
No
All right.
expectations.
zero expectations. I went. Sorry, I'll say I went in going, I'm going to capture video content. That's all I was
Good.
focused on.
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
So
Anyway.
learning experience
And
for
then
me.
What-
the tables got turned on you.
What
I
did
got
we
super
do?
turned.
Yeah, so we had a really awesome opportunity today. Mike Dickerson from Golf MD reached out to us. Mike is a top 100 in the country Golf Digest club fitter.
Yep.
Wow.
So it was a very special opportunity for us to get to go to his shop, try out some of the new releases from the big manufacturers, and then it turned into an impromptu club fitting for both
Yeah.
Billy and me.
Yep.
So, but John and Pete got to try out some stuff too, and got to observe the process. So, you know,
Pete
it
got
was a blast for me, honestly.
I can tell you, like, even before we get started, watching a pro in their element is awesome.
yeah.
yeah.
Like, you can think club fitting, but you really need to think Golf MD. 'Cause
Right.
that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's why I
Yeah.
keep telling you guys when you say I can get you fit for club, me personally,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I can get you part of the way there,
Yeah.
but I am not a club fitter.
Yeah.
No, but
I'm nowhere near the league.
but you are
Mike
the
Dickerson.
foremost most experienced in the equipment
Sure.
field for us.
Right.
So you're our product expert.
You're our club fitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Right.
you, but like
Mike is the
he's a
club
surgeon.
fitter.
Yes.
He's a surgeon.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is
He's a
awesome to
brain
watch.
surgeon, and we're throwing rocks.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're cave painting,
Yeah.
and
He's scalpel. We're circular saw.
We're like Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson and
Zoolander.
Zoolander.
Yes.
The files
are
are
in the computer.
Yes, exactly.
So I will.
100%.
I will say that before we start. Watching somebody like him in his element, you go, "Wow,
Yeah.
he's good."
Yeah. So the trip originally was intended to be, let's all go and try out the new releases. So
Yeah.
I personally, and it felt like I was hogging up all the time,
Nope.
but nobody wanted to step in there.
Nope.
I personally got to try out the Stealth 2 Plus,
Yep.
the Callaway Paradym, the Srixon ZX5 Mark II, and the Titlest TRs2.
Yeah.
And talk, so,
Was
so
it
that-
2 or 3?
2.
Okay.
Two for me. Yeah.
So talk about, like, from that standpoint. I guess this would be my question, is specifically for our listeners and viewers. Talk about the different feels or what you thought about each one of those clubs, because you
Okay.
did get to hit the most clubs.
Yeah. So what we did was Mike had the same shaft that I'm currently using in my Stealth. So to keep it consistent, we used that plus the different club heads. I took a bunch of swings with all the heads. I guess I can start with the Callaway since that's the first one I hit. And I will say it's, to me, my personal experience was the club head felt super light. And for those that don't know, what Callaway did this year with their club is they basically made the entire body out of carbon. So the only titanium in the club head anymore is
Behind
the
the
face.
face?
Is just
Just
the
the face. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very light. And granted, it was the first one I was hitting right out of the gate, so I hadn't quite warmed up. I hadn't built up my frothy sweat that I was talking about.
The lather.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The swing grease.
Yes, my pits weren't lubricated. To really
Yeah, you
get
weren't
the
getting through the ball.
club
Yeah.
through. Yeah.
You got a little
There's a
stuck.
visual for
Exactly.
everybody.
Exactly.
We were clothed.
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
But the feel of it, so Pete and John know I had been a Callaway driver guy
Junkie.
since the FT3 first came out.
You were on staff for a long time.
Yeah.
I was. But, for me, this one didn't do it. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are just singing the praises of the Paradym for whatever reason. And it could have just been the shaft combination in there. I couldn't quite feel the club head. I don't know if it needed more weight. And the numbers I was getting weren't atrocious
No, they were
by any
decent.
sense.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't the most consistent for me.
right.
Yeah. So then we moved into the Stealth 2 Plus, which I'm currently playing the Stealth. So I can tell you the feels almost exactly the same. So you're nothing's changing in the feel department. And looking at it, it's basically the Sim 2, but all carbon.
So the whole hit's carbon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a little bit of titanium in it, they said the ring, and then the weights.
Okay.
But the body has been turned into all carbon as well. So
Okay.
there's
Wow.
Was
hardly
the
any titanium in it.
was the first Stealth carbon face only?
Correct.
And titanium
And
body?
carbon
Okay.
crown. Yeah.
The
Carbon
opposite
crown.
of the paradigm.
But the frame of the Stealth was metal, and they wrapped it
Okay.
in carbon.
All right.
Now all the frame components in both the Paradym and the Stealth, the frame is made out of
Stealth
carbon.
2.
Stealth 2.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
So it's literally just a carbon everything,
Okay.
except with a few small exceptions with the metal in there.
Okay.
To me, that one felt the best because it's what I'm used to. So, and I was getting pretty consistent numbers. My accuracy wasn't.
It was
that
a little
great.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was also early in the fitting session.
Yes,
So-
also early. Yeah. So then after that, I got to hit the TSR2.
Titleist.
Right, the Titleist TSR2. And what's interesting to me is I'm a big aesthetics guy. The clubs that I want to be able to hit are clubs that don't fit my swing speed.
Yes. I'm in that
So
same
I'm
boat.
talking triple black diamond on the Callaways. I'm talking the TSR4s for Titleist.
Tall
the small,
faces.
the deep
Yeah.
face,
Oh,
short
they look
body
so good.
that just look great.
I just
And
need 30 mile an hour more swing speed.
exactly. I
and
need
I'm fine.
I need a Billy Daniel swing speed
Exactly.
Yep.
to be able to hit the clubs that I want to be able to hit.
You're getting there. You've lost some weight since moving to the outside, working on the outside. You're going to
Yeah.
get to this great
Svelte.
looking body.
Yeah. I'm working on getting rid of the office muscles and getting the practical muscles and
The sod muscles.
yeah.
Stock up on mediums.
You know,
now.
and maybe this yes. No,
And
the,
flat
the extra
brim
larges
caps.
still fit like mediums in some cases for me. But the TSR2, I will say I probably walked out of there the most impressed by that club.
And the numbers straight up prove that was
Yeah.
one of them that looked good on you.
Yeah. So I will say, my swing isn't the most consistent from swing to swing, and
Whose
you know,
is?
there's videos showing it. Well, short of a PGA professional,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
many. I was hitting the club all over the face. I had my patented drop kick going, and even with the drop kicks where I'm basically taking a light divot before the ball,
Yeah.
I'm still getting normal ball
Yep.
speed numbers.
And
Yeah.
what was fun about watching this from the outside is when you were hitting the Taylormade, Mike already had the Titleist in his hand, and he was watching, and I could tell he was just like waiting. He's like, I'll let him hit a few more, but we're going to this thing eventually.
Yeah.
Like he already knew in his head that was going to be a fix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was something I'm like watching. I'm like, well, of course, I'm not in the business. I'd have no idea.
Right.
But it's impressive to watch him watch you swing, and just in his head, he's already got a solution.
Uh-huh.
And that was like watching the pro do his work. I'm like,
Yeah.
Right.
God, this guy's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you were saying, he's watched thousands upon thousands of swings. He knows,
He knows.
what. Yeah, he's gonna see. He's analyzing in real time and going, okay,
Yeah.
I've seen this. This is the thing I've seen before. A swing similar to this with
Like-
similar numbers. We changed that before. Okay,
Yeah.
here, Dave.
He
Yeah.
was watching you swing, and then you'd hit a ball, and he'd peek at the numbers, and he'd just look at all his. He had all these
Yeah.
clubs set up, and you'll watch it in the footage, but he's just kind of looking. And he's just here. He wouldn't grab the Titleist head and just set it down. And while you were hitting the Taylormade, and here he made up his mind. He's like,
Well,
"This is a fix."
And I think the other thing to note is even on those 3 that you hit, you went through several different shafts on those to kind of hone it in before you even got to that.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. It was like,
It's kind of
like
do it. It's kind of like an eye doctor, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
3 or 4. Like that's
exactly
honestly
what it
what he
felt
was
like, too.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what he was doing with
Yeah.
you.
After I'd
And
hit all
Billy.
the heads, that's
Yeah.
exactly
Number
what
one,
was
And
happening.
number
before
2.
you knew it, you were like
Number
20-0. You were fighter pilot
They both
vision.
look terrible. I can't tell.
That's 100%. I'm like,
I've
they're
said
the
that a
same.
lot.
Yeah. But here there was stark differences.
Yes.
It was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely
And,
2.
Right.
So to continue.
Yeah, so we're still using the same shaft that I had been using, and then the last one I hit was the Srixon ZX5 Mark II, and without a shadow of a doubt, that is the one I hit the absolute straightest out of all
the
4.
dispersion was a hula hoop.
The dispersion was insane,
Yeah.
but I was losing 10 yards from it. So I don't know if it was just a shaft club head combination.
Was that the one that
it was a perfect setup.
he threw you in the 50-gram shaft at the end?
No, I don't think
You had
it
gone
was.
back to the Titleist.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that club is straight.
Yeah, I loved watching the Srixon. It was just interesting. You kept waiting to see, like, is he going to miss one?
Right.
We
Yeah.
captured the dispersion, didn't we, on footage?
I think probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that'll be something that'll be awesome to pop
Yeah.
up on the camera here because
Yeah.
the Srixon was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know.
was-
We
and I
may
was-
it wouldn't have been on the screen. There were 3 cameras. We'll figure it out.
It was awesome.
And there was, what's interesting is the smash factor numbers were the most consistently high on the Srixon, meaning basically the
over
efficiency of my
1.5.
swing.
Was that the one that was I think you topped out at 1.52?
Yeah.
And then, but the lowest I saw was 1.489 or 1.489.
Yeah.
It
was awesome.
Yeah, it was crazy. And so it was the one I liked the feel the least on.
Yeah.
It has a
The
very
Srixon?
Yeah.
Is that- okay.
It has a very tinny sound.
It was
and-
loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Tinny.
feel is
Tinny.
I'll
feel
let you
is
say that.
mostly sound
Yeah.
with the club head, and that one felt the worst to me. But gosh, it was straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You gotta
I
find-
wanted distance to come with
Yeah,
that one. Like, that's
I
what I
know.
kept. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
I think you a little bit more time with probably a shaft.
Yeah.
Right,
under
and what Mike said was we're basically doing this backwards because this is where it turned into an impromptu club fitting for me.
Yeah.
Because my sole intention was just show up there,
Hit
hit all
fun
the new
stuff.
stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and fall in love with something and just think about it for the next 10 months.
Yeah.
Till
Till
10
the price
days
drops.
until I buy one.
Yeah.
Right. So
Check Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
every day.
exactly, exactly. That
Set
was
your notifications.
Right. But then Mike was like, you know what? The shaft isn't right for you. Let's find you a better one. So
Yeah.
for those that don't know, I'm currently playing a graphite design ADXC in 60 gram. And so it's supposed to knock down spin, knock down the ball flight. And what he ended up putting me in was a Ventus Blue TR, first in a 60 gram. And we're getting way technical here.
That's okay.
But he changed the shaft. I went back to the Stealth 2 and the Titlest TRs2, which were the 2 I liked the best out of the 4. And the dispersion instantly shrank.
A lot.
Yeah. And I didn't lose any distance. And in fact, I probably gained some with the Titleist head. The smash factors were all good. The ball speeds were good. And, he was pretty impressed. And then from there, he did something which I never thought I would ever do.
Yeah.
And that was when he put me in a higher lofted head and a lighter
What'd you
shaft.
go to?
Yeah.
Which is the opposite of what you normally set up.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's the opposite of, you go to these demo days with Taylormade or Callaway or any of the manufacturers, and they're constantly telling me, oh, man, you need an 8-degree head and you need something to knock down the spin. And he's putting me in a higher degree of loft, so 10.5 on the Taylormade and 10 on the Titleist. And then he put me in a 50-gram shaft.
Yeah. And your spin did go up.
Yeah.
Around, it
But
would
not
be,
crazy.
No, but
Yeah.
it was definitely higher, but
It
your
was-
carry distance went way.
Yeah, it was.
That was the big change.
Yeah.
Before that shaft change, it was about 1900, I think, and it went up to about 2400.
Yeah.
which is
optimum,
Yeah, I mean,
actually.
Which is still
Yeah.
where you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
exactly where you want it.
Yeah.
so,
And so, going through that process, and again, he said it was in reverse because normally what they do is they'll try to find the shaft first and
First,
then the
and
club
then
head.
find the head.
It was an eye-opening experience for me because I've always been told one thing.
yeah.
You get in front of the surgeon here,
yeah.
and he's
Yeah.
like, well, you know what? you don't need open heart surgery. You just need a couple stents.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's open up them arteries.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And it was a blast. By the end, I was worn slick. I couldn't
But-
hardly breathe.
But I think
you
it's
probably hit 60 golf balls in a
At
matter
least.
of 20
Right.
minutes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought it was awesome to watch because to your point, he put you in something you never thought you'd be in,
Right.
and it worked great.
Yeah.
And that is something like I have a notion of going, oh, I need this, I need that. That's how I swing. Everybody's got a preconceived notion of how they play and the
Right.
equipment they need.
Yeah.
Not the case.
Right.
Not the
Right.
case. No, when
Yeah.
you go to somebody like Mike, he'll put you in what you need,
Right.
and it won't be probably what you think you need.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
That's the difference in just picking up off the rack and going getting custom fit. Custom fit.
Custom.
Yeah, like real deal.
How do you say? Is it hirsute?
Yeah.
How do you say that word? Hirsuite.
I don't even know.
I don't
know what you're talking about.
That's custom.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Bespoke.
Yes.
Bespoke.
Yeah.
Bespoke.
Same thing.
I'm going for a bespoke
But-
fitting.
Yes.
Yeah, but
All right.
like that was like Mike could fit a tour pro. Like,
Yeah.
that's his street cred is to probably be able to
Right.
fit anybody on tour.
Yeah.
Well, what'd you say?
So to
Who
put
was-
yourself through that is awesome.
Yeah.
And who was saying something about he's of 25 retailers?
Yeah. So he was telling me that he's one of 25 retailers that can order just the heads from the manufacturers because he custom builds everything at his shop. You don't get anything off the rack from him. You don't get
Wow.
a special order from Titleist or from Callaway from him. You can call Titleist and say, I want this head with this shaft for the upcharges and things like that. But he will personally build it to what the length, the head weight, the total weight.
Yeah.
All
If you
of
need
that.
a 44.26-inch shaft works
Yes.
best for you,
Yeah.
he will
Yeah.
build that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Uh-huh.
he builds it from the bottom up. The only thing he doesn't build is the club head itself and then the shaft.
Wow.
So, but he works on all those details to get it just right for you.
And the shop's impressive. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
most of the
Really
video,
awesome.
most of the
Oh my
videos us in
gosh.
the TrackMan and whatnot, but just the shop that he has back there and all the tools and the two guys he had working in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, are you really working when you love doing what you're doing?
Yeah,
right.
no kidding.
They kept coming over and hitting
Yeah.
balls.
They do
Yeah.
something, tweak
Well,
it, hit a ball,
yeah,
go back.
I think that's probably
Yeah.
what they were doing,
Yeah.
test driving it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, that honestly, I hadn't been in his shop in, I couldn't tell you, 10 years.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably
been-
5 for me.
been a while.
Unbelievable. Such a transformation, from in my opinion, of someplace you want to just go hang out,
Yeah.
right? And just
Yeah.
watch other people get fit and just be like, wow, look at you. That person just gained 20 yards.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Or a
'cause-
lot of accuracy.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a nice segue because
Yeah,
somebody
God.
did gain some yardage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to help.
So-
Dave will have to help me with
So
all
when it
this.
was all
Yeah.
said and done, Miller, what was
Oh,
what
yeah.
was your setup that worked the best?
So still work in progress. Mike
Okay.
said he thinks we can get the,
Dial it
the
in
shaft dialed in
Squeeze
more.
a little
so
bit more.
Okay.
I'm
juice out of that
gonna-
orange.
But what did you what was the end point when you walked out of the simulator?
So to me, I think it was pretty close to a toss up numbers wise.
yeah.
Between the Stealth 2 Plus, the TSR2
Titleist.
with the 50-gram shaft in it.
Mhm.
But I'm definitely leaning towards the Titleist because
Titleist.
the face the ball speeds that you're getting across the face, I need the forgiveness.
Absolutely.
Everybody's
That's
doing it.
freaking
It's a hot
awesome.
new thing.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's
Honestly, if you can tow it, hit it 250 down the middle,
I
yeah.
take it.
duh.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm taking that driver
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's and that's one of the things I've been saying about the new clubs going forward. And looking at all the stuff.
Billy, we'll get to you in a minute. Settle down.
We're getting there, Billy.
Just reminding.
Right. And looking at all the numbers.
Yeah.
I wasn't gaining any distance from one club head to another. It was all fairly consistent.
Yeah.
What I was gaining
I
was
agreed.
the forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yes.
And here's
the
the deal.
dispersion. Like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's
You saw a
John's,
lot of left sides there.
John's 2 cents on drivers. They're regulated. They can only go so far.
Right.
You watch
right.
NASCAR, all the cars go 208 miles an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
So like
Wait,
get
what?
the one that goes down the middle. Because
Right.
distance wise, the spin you can finagle with and stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like they're all regulated, so the heads don't matter.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
get the one that's most forgiving. Figure out the shaft. and
They
then
matter to
turn
the
into-
person swinging it.
They
though.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would say. Just like the
Appearance.
driver matters to the NASCAR. I mean,
Yeah.
they all can go the same speed, but they're not all going the same speed.
True.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Tires.
Yeah, you take your
Correct.
restrictor plate off,
Yeah, exactly. I do
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
I hear that's
Yeah.
completely legal.
which is
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
probably is a good lead into Billy with
Cheating is-
no
I was gonna
restrictor
say, are we
plate,
having a Honda race here?
going
between
full
the-
tilt.
There's nothing wrong with Hondas.
50% of the guys here
Yeah,
are
this is
Hondas.
Honda. This is Toyota.
Oh, that is true. I've never even
Yeah,
thought
that's
about that.
fascinating. Yeah,
Honda
good point.
Team Honda
Yeah.
Accord.
Yeah,
Team 4Runner.
yeah.
Got it.
So then when I completely ran out of gas, I had hit so many balls I could barely stand up. I was
Sure.
breathing hard, probably harder than in the video.
You hit the
of
showers.
me walking the golf course.
Yeah,
I said I needed a break.
yeah,
So then we threw Billy in there, and then I got to watch the process happen to somebody else.
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. First, let's if you haven't watched the Yellow T video of Dave playing, go check it out.
Go check
now
it out.
and
Yeah.
Listen to him breathe. It's fantastic. See if he breaks par. We did for a
Oh,
brief second.
God.
We did have John Johnson go and film his. Supposedly film his. We got some great audio.
I have a
so-
witness.
Great.
Yeah.
audio.
Actually, you know what? We'll listen to the audio, and you and Doug can describe.
Yeah, we'll paint
You
it. We'll
take
paint a picture with
Yes.
It's
words.
like an audio book.
You could use Chat GPT
Yes.
and type in the description of your round. Maybe put the
So-
transcript in there and see if it generates.
So disappointing.
Yes.
So disappointing. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No,
It's
it's
my
not.
abject
I'm
failure.
avoiding the subject at all. So I'll need help. So I got in there. Mike asked me what I was currently swinging, which is a sim with a hazardous RDX smoke, 6.5 extra stiff shaft, and he started me off on the Stealth 2 Plus. I don't even remember what shaft he put in there. He put in the Ventus. Ventus.
You originally had I think you put the Ventus
6X
Blue.
Blue,
6X.
yes.
Yeah, which
Ventus
is-
Blue TR.
Yes, blue. Yeah,
And
and
6X.
it felt good. The club felt great. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is really good. I would say
Again, you went in there with no other goal other than to take video,
exactly.
Yeah,
I had
which is great.
which
I
is
didn't
really
care.
important.
Yeah,
think, to
I didn't
understand
care.
that.
I took a few swings in the right bay with that Cobra iron, which
Ricky
I had
Fowler
the
Club.
Ricky Fowler,
Ricky Fowler iron,
yeah.
which feel and look fantastic.
when you hit them in the
uh,
on the face, they feel-
yes,
Yeah.
bottom of the club does not
or
feel
drop
good.
kick them.
Or
Yes,
drop kick.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it was so numbers were good there. I really don't remember what my numbers were. I would say below. I was hitting.
I think total carry or total
260,
distance. I thought
260
it was
or something.
274
Well, you hit
is what
one.
I
You
thought.
hit one with it that was 260 on carry, and then 320 something in total distance.
Oh, yeah, because
went
it just rolled.
yeah,
and
about
rolled
that
and
high.
rolled. Yeah.
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 I was hitting my stingers
Yes.
that I
uh-huh.
always hit on
Had
purpose.
Yeah.
Billy
Billy
Mike-
stingers. Yeah.
Mike goes, that one rolled.
Yeah. Got some huge roll. And then we switched the shaft, I think.
to the Ventus Red TR.
Yes.
Yes.
And that was drastically different. The numbers went up.
up.
And then so that was still the Stealth 2 Plus. Then he had me try the Titleist TRs2, which I'll be 100% honest. I hate the look of Titleist drivers. Always have, always probably will. Just not my thing. But it felt fantastic.
It's all that matters right there.
Yes, and the numbers proved it. So I don't really remember what my numbers were too much, but
You
So
were-
your
you-
consistently total distance were around
295 to
302.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
at about 300, carrying at about 280.
yeah.
smash factor like
Smash factor up.
151.
Yeah.
Yes. Ball speed was around 164, 163.
Very
And so-
consistent.
Yeah. And so then he said, well, let's try the TSR3.
Three.
Put that in, and then I got more distance out of that.
Uh-huh.
And you're
More distance. You got a lot
Yeah.
more distance.
you got
Let's
what
not
20,
be modest
20
here.
more yards.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second
Yes.
swing
Yeah.
was 320.2
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
And it was a combination of carry and roll.
Yeah, the carry
Yes.
went up to where I was hitting
About
290 carry,
Yeah.
295 carry, and then rolling it out to 320 or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. And it was, and then the dispersion was good too. It wasn't
Very
like I
good.
was
The
not just,
dispersion was great.
yeah,
The-
they
yeah.
were all in the same spot. And what was interesting is I had that little block push
That-
going.
you know
which
what?
was
It was
fantastic. though. I
going there
loved
every
it.
time.
Yes.
Felt just like Fred Couples. Like
Yeah.
aim a little left, just hit it straight.
You kind of are
So-
Fred Couples.
When I see your golf swing, that's exactly
Yeah,
what
when
I think of.
yeah.
It's buttery smooth.
yeah, I'm like this guy. It's like boom boom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I think I'm gonna convert to Titleist driver. So
Oh,
I think the best part
Titleist.
of this whole story that you've left out
yeah,
is you saw you hit what 166 on ball speed.
Yeah.
And you go, I know I can get to 170.
There were a couple 168. There were a couple 168s,
Yes,
and
but-
there was a 169
those-
once, but I wanted 170.
and on those swings,
Mhm.
it was Billy not trying to smash ball. It was just swinging. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
yeah.
I got a new toy in my hand. I'm gonna figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked. And then when
when you went
tried
after it.
you went.
You
Tempo.
had that horrendous duck hook that
Yeah,
that you throw
I had
out
that
on the
snap.
course.
Yeah.
And we've pointed out, like, hey, you got to just hit it at 80%, 85%.
I'm not going to listen to you guys.
Well,
I mean,
I had
yeah.
that same experience too, though.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
want to hit the longest drive in the world, right?
Right, exactly.
But it's really better to start to end the round with the ball you started with.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's just really it's amazing. You know, TJ Sullivan up in Chicago, who's been on the show before, has always advocated for get fit.
Yeah,
Get fit.
oh,
Always get fit.
Without a doubt.
And not to say there was any sort of skepticism, but it's the average person who plays golf can probably not afford to go get fit for every single club in their bag. So you should, and if you're looking to replace your entire bag or looking to replace any component of your bag, go get fit.
Well, if you're looking to remove the club being a variable that works against you,
Yes.
go
Yeah.
fit. Go get fit.
fit.
And the other thing is about getting fit, and keep in mind, I've never done this. I've never been fit for a club.
Oh.
Kinda. We've done the circular saw fitting, but we've never used a scalpel.
Okay. Yeah.
But like, if you get fit for clubs, you won't look for new clubs again. You're
Yeah.
gonna have tools that can do the job better.
Yeah.
So why you won't be incentivized to change again?
Mike's
Because
Mike's-
clubs,
That's not true for me.
that's true.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
like clubs are like cars; they devalue so fast.
Yes.
You pay a premium, and then in 2 years they're worth a third of what you paid
Yes.
for.
Right.
So like, why not go
Keep 'em
get things
forever.
that work great,
Yeah.
and then keep them longer?
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
The other benefit of that is, though, the aftermarket component of this is like people that can afford the brand new thing have the opportunity to buy something that is 1 year old or 8 months old, or someone's trash is someone's treasure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not to say that you couldn't go do this and then say, hey, I want to get in some used clubs,
Yeah.
but not be out that, because the thing about Mike,
But you
he could custom fit used clubs. He can bend and
Yeah.
torque
And-
forged irons.
And
like
you can
crazy.
take your current driver in there, your head, find out if that head's working
Yeah.
for you. Maybe it is. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
Get the shaft. And
but
so
yeah,
then you're
and
just
then the
replacing the
shaft.
shaft.
Yeah. But I mean, it removes that variable of the club being the problem.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and with Mike's precision, you can rule that out completely.
I also thought it was interesting. Just a side note here is he had the TrackMan specific golf balls
Yeah.
by Tyler.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
Titlest
I thought-
RCTs.
Yes, the RCTs. I was like, what?
What are those?
They were
Yeah.
developed last year.
Yeah, so they've got like thin metal in there so that the radar can pick them
Pick it
up
up.
Oh shit!
indoors. Yeah.
Wow.
It's more accurate.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
How much are those things?
Well, you have to. You don't want to buy them. I mean, you need a TrackMan or a radar device.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what they're built for.
Yeah, for like-
specifically
yeah.
for
And
that.
they still fly the same?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Wow,
title- yeah.
that's quite a.
I thought it
quite
was
an
great.
invention.
I was kind of.
Go
I was like,
science.
oh yes, when
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is awesome.
Well, see, that's the so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the
Yeah,
icing on the
because-
cake.
yeah,
You get that
before-
much better equipment.
Before those balls came out, if you ever had done a club fitting indoors on a TrackMan or something,
Mm-hmm.
you would see golf balls with little silver dots on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the club fitter putting little metal stickers on the
Oh, no
balls
kidding.
so that the machine would pick them up.
See it
Because
better.
without it, the numbers might not be as accurate.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly
Huh.
right.
I
That's
was happy.
awesome.
I was again happy with. I had no idea what my club head speed was
Mhm.
anymore. Like I just don't know. I mean, I will say I had an idea, but it was.
What was
with-
your idea before you revealed the number?
I thought I was over 100 for sure,
Yeah.
but I thought I was closer to the 109 or 110 mark
Mhm.
of just getting honestly older,
Yeah.
not playing nearly as much golf, but to see 113, 114, almost 115 every now and then, that made me happy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
And
not
you work
everything.
on that a lot. Like that's one of
Nah.
your focuses. You've got the speed
Speed.
sticks, right?
I have the super
like,
speed sticks,
you
and
know?
but it's not a focus of me. I just don't want to lose it.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly,
want to
but-
lose, and that's why
Yeah.
I think sometimes, like with my goals that we talked about last time, of I don't want to slow my swing down. I just want to get more accurate
Mhm.
because I don't want to lose distance. I want to gain accuracy, but I don't want to lose distance.
Is that a knock on trying to go to 90% with your swing? Is that what you're saying? Like you don't want to?
No, I think
Okay.
I need to find the 90%. What is 90 to swing within myself and still hit some of the numbers that I want to hit.
I'd like to see an 80% Billy play a lot of golf with 100% gear that you can use.
Yeah,
that's what John would like.
Like
to
I
say.
gotta reach back on this
like,
one and only this one.
Yeah.
Like we're downwind and it's a par 5 and I want to wedge in. I want you to have that gear in a fairway.
Sounds like we need to do a video of where I just go play and John selects all my clubs for me.
Should we get Doug to film it?
It'll be great audio.
No,
I'm not going to combination.
I'm not going to crap.
Yeah.
I'm literally not crapping on you, Doug, because that was on me too.
Yeah,
I gave you
that's
the
why I said it's
instructions.
got to be a combination of the two of you.
I didn't. We will put this up as a short video or something like that. But the beginning of it is you hitting the button. Okay, it's on. You hand it to Doug. It turns off.
So then that answers it, because then what happened is I did hit the button and then I told him that button makes it go. Did I say that?
You said I don't remember, but you did say you can touch the back of the screen to wake it up every now and then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I think he
must have hit the button.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You did say in the video. You go
Solid
"It's
teamwork.
Yeah.
You go. It's recording.
Damn.
And then we
That's
see
life.
you on the 9th hole, or the 18th hole, which is your 9th hole, going. All right. Oh, it didn't record.
Anywho, that's for another episode.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Gripping golf fails.
But to me, moral of the story is, I mean, all the new equipment is great, but unless you tailor it to yourself, get fit,
Doesn't
figure
matter,
out a shaft, figure out a head, everything's going to be different. Think of it as a race car, or they're all the same.
Yeah.
You know, they're all regulated to a certain degree, but everybody's swing is slightly different and works better.
And,
Yeah.
and Mike couldn't help himself but get you guys fitted. He was just
Oh, I
chomping at
know,
the
that
bit.
was crazy.
Like
I was like, oh, just let
we
us
want to
hit
hit
things.
toys, and then he just started watching. He's like, let's
can
do
do
some
better
work.
than
Let's do
that.
some work.
He might have
Like,
gained a sale.
It was
though.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun to
I think
watch.
he worked me.
That's why I didn't want to get on
I
that
don't
mat.
think he did. I think
No.
he just showed you
Yeah,
the
he just-
beautifulness that
He
is.
honed you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave you a tool that fits your swing.
Yeah.
You've been
So-
trying to frame a house with a ball peen hammer.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't want to get on the mat, because I'm like, I get on the mat, I'm going to have to buy a
buy
damn
some-
driver. Like,
No,
I
we're-
don't want to
you're gonna have to
spend
do it.
money.
You're gonna have to do it.
Well,
I don't want.
I walked out of there with
Mm-hmm.
one thought, like, Dave and I worked to get a really nice driver set up for me.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to take it in and see if that's exactly what I need. But
I think
I want to go back and do like a wedge fitting, right?
I would say irons for you.
Yeah,
like you've
I
got
know.
your your i5s or whatever.
i10s.
They're
i10s.
i10s.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Whoops. Yeah.
Which you were,
yeah.
you were kind of fit for at the golf shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not. I mean, that was also
was
in
not off the
2006.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think an iron fitting would be great for you, because
No,
I think
yeah,
you
I
need to
agree.
gain distance with your irons, because I think what I've seen from last year or once you made the driver switch, you gained a lot of distance with your
Yeah.
driver. And I think I said it to you at Golf MD is a game improvement iron might be the thing for
I
you.
absolutely
Stronger.
agree.
Yeah. I think you'll gain height, and I think you'll gain
And that's
distance.
the thing that
Yeah.
out of everything in my golf swing that
Yeah.
just drives me nuts is that, we both hit that. It was a Ricky Fowler Blade 7 iron.
Yeah.
Should not be in my hands. It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
You don't
but
know that. Maybe it's the perfect club for you.
No, I hit it on the track, man. Dave hit it, and height was 81 feet. I hit it, and I piered it. Like for me, it was like 48 feet.
Oh, man.
And that's the difference in club head speed.
Yeah.
I know.
Because I can promise you, Billy probably hit it even higher than I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do hit my irons relatively
I,
high.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I walked away from there thinking that I need to go back and talk to Mike, find the right shaft for me, potentially the right club head. But I also walked away from there thinking I need to get my club head speed higher.
Yeah. Super speed sticks.
Yeah. So
You can borrow them.
Well, I think part of that is that. Another part is just I'm not a flexible person. And I think if I could
some
even
flexibility.
get just a
So-
slight bit
So
more
are you
shoulder
wanting to
turn.
gain distance just
Yeah.
right now? Okay.
Yep.
So is
Who
that a
doesn't?
2023 goal?
I don't know if it's going to be a
I didn't-
2023
I don't
goal.
think. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm the first person to tell you I don't care about distance. If I can hit it 250, I can play any golf course.
I think that though, I like it. I don't like Taylormade just released the GTX Max or whatever the heck the putter is, and I thought it was interesting. Whatever is in the marketing lingo, it talks about like the advantage you'll have at putting. And it's agree to have well, sorry, I'll get to the point that I'm trying to make. I'm overly complicating this.
Lots of
thing,
words.
But there's statistically proven the closer you get the ball to the hole, the lower your scores will get. And putting, if you've read Strokes Gained or Every Shot Matters or Every Shot Counts, that's exactly what they're talking about is the fact that putting is putting, and yes, you can win champions with putting, but it's not the definitive thing that makes you win championship.
Yeah.
No.
It's ball striking.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean,
agree.
if the
Colin
yeah.
Markowa is a
Yeah.
perfect example. He's a
Yes.
6-iron closer than most people hit their wedge.
yeah.
Right.
So
Most
sorry,
tour pros hit their
Most
wedge.
tour pros hit their
and I
wedge.
wasn't trying to like cut you off
Yeah.
with your
No, that's
distancing,
fine.
and that's I think
It's fine, Billy.
shut up, John.
Yeah, don't share your
got it.
share your YouTube TV sign on with me.
But
Come on, Billy.
but also to
Hey,
John's
I
point,
got an
Yeah.
email that if I recommend somebody, I get $15 off.
I got that too because I have it. I have to
I
pay
know,
for it because
but
you don't give me your
cancel
sign
yours. Actually, you know what? I'll cancel mine. You give me that, and
You
we'll.
don't-
I'm not. Well,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing that. Anywho,
so I think
Back on track.
yeah.
But
what was your point, Billy?
John's
Before I
saying,
got you
though,
off,
right?
Is I think
John
you
can
should
hit
worry
the
about
two-
distance.
Yeah, John can hit the 250 driver, but he's a very good ball striker with
Yeah.
his
Right.
irons. So
Yeah.
yeah,
he does.
I don't
get it
need.
consistently
I don't,
close to the
and
hole.
the other thing that I don't know if those stats bring in, they bring in how many golf balls you lose swinging 100%. Like
Oh.
that's the thing they don't tell you. That's
Right.
finding that ball.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
The
if I
majority
can,
of 15 handicaps that go out there and try to kill the ball are going to lose 3 more golf balls. in
but
the
if I
process.
can get
Oh,
20
more
more
than
yards
3.
out of my 90% swing and still not lose a ball, why
Yes,
am I
that's
not
it.
going to do
That's
that?
the secret.
yeah.
I think.
Right.
I think
Why
that's
am I
the,
not?
That's the missing piece in this
Yeah,
whole conversation. Is you. Distance is important.
Mhm.
Distance is of no value if you cannot find the ball you hit.
Right.
So,
So
like,
it's
and
not necessarily the swing that's creating the distance. It's the
No.
club.
Yeah.
It's the right combination of the swing, the shaft, the head.
Because I just hear all this, like you watch TV, you watch golf, and there's all
Well,
the
yeah, it's
commercial
all
about
about
this driver
distance.
goes 900 yards, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, you're pimping this stuff to people that are
Right.
going to think hitting that ball farther is great. It is, but you're not telling them that accuracy is key.
Yeah.
Which is what this morning did for both of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Well-
you were merging that distance with accuracy,
Yeah.
and you can do it with
100%.
a surgeon like Mike.
Yeah.
And that's what's so awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Is to get in and watch like, oh, shit, this can happen, but it takes some work.
Yeah.
And it takes an investment, but once you got it, you got a club that you'll have for 10 years.
Yeah.
Is it works.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Works for you.
yeah, it works
Yeah.
for you. It's
You
bespoke.
can hand it to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bespoke.
It's
or
bespoke.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Hirschwercher.
Worst destroyer.
But like that's the thing where I walk away from that going, this is the answer.
Yeah.
Like we can sit here and we can, debate distance and proximity and all this stuff. That's all great, but until you get it honed in and perfect,
Right.
to the point where somebody like Mike can get you there, the conversation doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You got to go do that if you're really interested.
Yeah. That being said, go see Mike Dickerson.
Oh,
If you're in the Kansas City
absolutely.
area,
Yeah.
get fit. Be excited about the new clubs that are coming out because you should
Absolutely.
be. It's
awesome.
It's awesome. It's new
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah.
They're pushing the limits.
Super forgiving.
Well,
for
we
those
just
that need it.
watched
Yeah.
it this
Yeah.
morning work on 2 individuals.
Yes.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Not only are you a client, we're the president
Yes.
of Fit Golf.
Something.
America.
Titleist.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
And thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
Thanks,
thank
Mike.
you.
Shout
Shout out to Mike Dickerson. Love
Golf
him.
MD.
See ya.